What up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Okay. Testing. We here. Don't play with me. Shout out to all the listeners that have been listening for shit beginning. Come on. Okay. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. This is the Lenny Reed Pod. I'm your host, Lenny Reed. We got a good show today. Still helping out the fellas. I feel it's my obligation to help out the fellas because, you know, we all having different situations, and I think that we gonna all get through it. You heard? It's gonna take some time, but we gonna get through it. All right. This podcast is sponsored by 2026 Stack, Survive, and Speak, the all-in-one Power Playbook bundle, ebook bundle, and you can get that in the link in the description. And it's just a good time of getting money. Because if you ain't about getting money, what are you doing? What are you doing here? You're just in a way. And, you know, it was hard thinking about that when people used to say money. Then you had the people that say money is the root of evil. No. Money is the evil who grabs it. The money is not the evil. It's the one who grabs it. The one who spends it. The one who manipulates with it. The one who kidnaps with it. The one who kills for it. That is the root of evil. So this is episode 403. And the title today is Become a Better Man for 2026. Now, I would never say, oh, this is a New Year's resolution show. No. We don't play the New Year's resolution bullshit. Okay? This is get your mind right. Okay? Get your mind right, get your money right, and get your physique right. And I think I said that on the last pod. But also, if you want to be a collaborator with the sponsor, with the ebook, for the 2026 Digital Hustle ebook bundle, which is the same thing that I said, you can get 50% off each ebook that you sell. Just click the link in the show notes and you can get started. All you have to do is send me an email. So basically, it's set up as you will be somewhat of a collaborator. So you put the link on wherever, you be at, which is TikTok, Instagram, wherever, your own website. And anybody that click the link and buy the book, you will get 50% of the profit, and you will be registered straight through Gumroad. So they'll give you your money. Anything legit, you have your own account. It'll go straight to your bank, baby. So imagine this. You chilling and, somebody click, 10 books off your page, right? That's 10 times 10. Right. And I can, imagine if it's just whatever. So if you want to be a collaborator with, the 2026 Digital Hustlers ebook bundle, hit the link in the description and I'll holler at you. All I need is your email, and then you will get an email from Gumroad and they'll set it up and you go from there. All right. I also have a free challenge. If y'all want to look that up, it's a free 30-day challenge that I got linked in the show notes. Also, check that out. It's about the show at hand here, and just getting everything right in your situation. Because if you know about the show, I started the show with the backing of, not that I know the guy or anything. I don't know him. He don't know me. Joe Rogan. I used to watch Joe Rogan all the time, and he used to tell people, you need a pod. So like Oprah was saying, you get a car, you get a TV, all that shit, right? So I decided I'm saying, yo, this nigga talking to me. He got to be talking to me. So off the course of that, I started my podcast about 6-7 years ago, and here we are. And I would say this is probably the best thing that I have ever done. Okay. Because I'm able to talk to you guys around the world, and I met a lot of you, which is dope. Um, and I'm able to talk to dope people. So if I don't feel like talking to nobody and I want to get something off my chest or I want to help the people personally, I come up here and I talk to the people personally. If I wanted to have somebody on I thought was dope and I want them to spit some game or have a young lady up here and talk about whatever, or have one of the fellas up here, that's what I would do. And that was dope. So it's very therapeutic, and also it's a good thing. And crazy part, in one of those, in one of the ebooks in a bundle, is basically how to start a podcast and breaks down all the business parts of it and how you can make money. Now, the money part is fun. If you want to go ham with it, you can just be doing a podcast full time and it'll pay you more than your job would pay you. But you got to be serious. You got to rock. And when you travel, you just do interviews when you travel, and your whole trip can be a tax write-off. So it's a beautiful thing, man. Connected with YouTube, the videos, and just podcasts with the DSPs. It's dope. So if you want to know more about that podcast, it's inside of the ebook bundle. So check that out. So what is the reason that I would care about people that I don't know? I would say that a lot of people are lost. And I remember the time that I was lost and shit. Sometimes I get turned around. That's considered lost, right? Sometimes I get turned around and I want to make an adjustment. And a lot of times there's nobody around to help me with that adjustment, right? So I got to figure it out. I got to, before ChatGPT, there's some new shit. But, I will Google it or do some research and I will find a way. And then I'll pass it on to people I know. And hopefully they'll get it. And then, at a certain point, they handle their business. So I decided it's my obligation to at least talk about bullshit, UFOs, talk about relationships, talk about sex, talk about whatever, but also help people. Because I think that's dope when you actually help people. If I can help one person, if I get one person to do right in their life, I'm good. Outside of my family, outside of my kids, whatever. If I get one person to do right, I think I've accomplished something. So now, today I came up with sort of like a situation, or probably like an 8-step on figuring out how you should go about your life. Now, I am 49 years old. I will be 50 next year. Probably, I think it's November the 8th. I'll be 50, right? And let me tell you something. That the first part of my life, I don't know where the fuck that shit went. It's just like a fog. I do remember elementary school. I remember high school. I remember the relationships I had. I remember the crazy shit I was getting into. I remember all that. But just the inner details is fading. And as you get older, you get further and further away from the sun, which is the beginning of your life. And you start to forget. I do remember the teachers that I liked, a couple of dope teachers that I had. And, unfortunately, probably all of them have passed away if we're talking about elementary school. Just coming up, like I took chances while enjoying life. And as I noticed when I got older, do I still take chances? I got a family now. I got a wife and kids now. Do I take chances? Do I just get up and leave a city, go somewhere else? Or do I stay? So I don't know. It's like you try to stay on top, but at the end of the day, this candle would eventually burn out. And when you're close to being burnt out, you don't want to say, I shoulda, coulda, woulda. You should have said, I did it. You can go in your head and just feel it. You can understand it, right? So that's the main thing is, did you accomplish everything? Did you look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself what's going wrong? What's not working? I didn't do that until, probably like a middle age. Now, so I'm at my second life right now. I'm at my second life. And it's a good feeling. And you never know what you got ravishing in your body. You could have cancer, you could have anything until you get checked out. Some people, unfortunately, they'll go to the doctor and they be, mild cases or whatever, and they have stage 4 or something. They basically a wrap. So I wanted to get into these 8, I'm going to call them steps. I would just say 8 ways, right, to become a better man in 2026. This is not a New Year's resolution. Resolution. We don't do that shit over here, okay? Because we know how we know how the New Year's resolutions do, right? You go get in the gym for about a month. Shit, if you can make it a month, and then you don't go to the gym no more. You wonder, yo, who is taking out this money on my account? They don't even say the gym name. It'd be some other name. You're like, who is taking this money out my account every month? And when you try to pull that shit, say, nah, no, you signed up for a whole 2-year plan, my G. If you cancel now, we're gonna have to smack you over the head. And that's just what it is. So this is not a New Year's resolution, guys. This is just what it is. And I hope we can get through it. We can have some fun and we can wow out. Okay. So I would say the first one in this situation, you see it. You want to train your body like it matters. Now, why? Why? I always been a skinny guy, right, in my life. I dabble in weights. I like to get a certain size, but I like to be strong. I like my slim physique. You know, I can take my shirt off anywhere. I got a sleeve. I feel comfortable in my skin. It's a good thing. Now, if you don't feel comfortable in your skin, you need to work on whatever's the problem. If it's your stomach, isolate that. Work on your stomach. Rock out. Simple as that. Okay? Simple. Rock out, work on your stomach. Okay? So you want to lift weights 3 to 5 times a week. Okay? Add conditioning. When you add conditioning, you basically, put some jogging in there. Put something where you moving, getting your blood boiled up. Right? Stretch. You got to stretch. You an old motherfucker now, so you got to stretch. This is for the old people. If you're young, then you still have to stretch, but not as much. A strong bodybuilder, a strong body builds confidence, discipline, and respect. Okay. And it start with self-respect. Because if you don't respect yourself, nobody gonna respect you because they can tell. If you sitting there smoking 1,000 cigarettes in one day, people gonna know this dude don't respect himself. So why should I respect him if he don't respect himself? Right. So that's mainly what that is right there. So train your body like it matters. Train. Like I said in the last podcast, if you and your spouse or your girlfriend y'all get into something and you found out she was wilding or she caught you wild, whatever the case may be, always work on yourself. That way, when anything happened, good, bad, or ugly, you always been working on yourself. Don't start at the last moment. Talk about I'm gonna work on myself. No, always be working on yourself. Always be hitting weights. This is what I can suggest. Get like a 20-pound, 25-pound dumbbell. Keep it at your bedside. Or now the wives or the girlfriends, whoever live with you, probably not gonna like this. You keep the dumbbell, just one. All you need is one. You keep it by your couch, wherever you go to when you get off work or during the weekend, whatever your little area, keep one there. Whether it's rolled up against the couch, you grab it and you do 20. You do 20 on one arm, 20 on the other arm. And you do that about at least 10 times to where you can break it up. If you're watching a movie, just sit there, do 20, switch the arm, do another 20, switch the arm, do like the hammer, 20 curls, and you just sit and watch a TV. And I guarantee you, if you have slim arms or your arms are not developed, within a couple weeks, you're going to see the tone of your arms. Believe me. And when you're about to go to bed, you can do it if you got time. Just take them barbell sets wherever you go. And I guarantee you will see your arms starting to get bigger. So that's one. Now, if you got weights somewhere in the house, you can do a couple bench presses. Push-ups is good and stretching. So that's what you want to do. Train your body like it matters. All right. Okay. Now, this is you have to master your mind through consistency. Now, when you do hard things daily, cold showers, I can't suggest that because I'm not doing that shit. I'm sorry. I can't do cold shower. It's barely it's real hard getting out the shower once you get out the shower regularly and you turn the water off. You wipe yourself off and it's still cold out there, right? I will say finishing tags, like even if you don't feel like it, like whenever that push is, when you got to do something and something is telling you, I can do it tomorrow. Oh, I don't want to do it right now. Oh, I don't feel like getting up. If you push past that, you're gonna be all right. It's not real. It's like a weak force field. All you have to do is just, think about it and just push past that and do it. And you will see how easy shit come to you. If you just push past it, can't do it. I don't feel like doing it. Just do it. I guarantee you it'll work. So you want to master your mind through consistency, man. That's it. Control it. Because if your mind controlling you, it's a matter of time. You're not going to win. You're not going to win shit in life if your mind is controlling you. Because you could have an evil mind that's telling you to do shit. Okay? You don't want that. Control your impulses. Now, I will say this is a hard one, yo. This is a hard one. I'm not into porn, right? But I might have a little sex drive that's a little bit up there. So the wife be like, what the fuck, my G? She be like, yo, what? And I'm like, yo, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? What do you want to do? I'm a male Scorpio. She like, do you believe in, the Tyro stuff or the. Yes. I'm just telling you how I feel and how I can get. But if you want to control your impulse, if you can control your impulses, that's good. You want to limit porn, alcohol, like drink wine, chill with the heavy stuff, sip on some wine now and then. And I think that helps with the blood circulation or something they was feeding us. I don't know. Junk food is another one. That builds up the gut and that's going against the first one, which is taking care of yourself, right? And just pointless scrolling. Now, the crazy part is how this was added. This shit just seemed like it was just added recently. Pointless scrolling. And sometimes, I ain't gonna lie, I be getting into like a phase where I'm just sitting on the couch or just laying in the bed after I get up, right? Or just wake up and I'm just sitting there strolling and just strolling. It's just like endless. I remember back in the day, like when it first started, you would probably do like scroll for like 20 posts and that bitch just stopped. Boom. Just like an elevator. You're like, okay. You snap out of it. It's like a trance. You snap out. But when you got endless, that shit just keep going and going. Still, an hour went past. You into it. And then something got to snap you out of it. Then you get up. Because you have to get a handle on that because these impulses can really drain your time. Porn, alcohol, junk food, and the scrolling. I mean, once you snap out of all of that, that's your day. You don't have time to do nothing else. What you gonna do now? You have time to do nothing else. So control your impulses if you could. If you could, try, please, because this is a serious one. This shit should have been number one. Because you ain't gonna break through shit and you ain't gonna lift weight shit if you eating like crap, drinking alcohol, going into the bathroom and whacking off every chance you get because you got a little tinkle for something you seen. Come on, man. Come on. What we doing here? What we doing here, yo? Read and learn every day. Now, I have to learn something new every day. I thought I was crazy. And I'm going to tell you the story. And if you probably heard this, if you've been listening to me for a while, you heard this. It all started, I forgot what age I was. But we had down in the living room, I think that was a dining room. I think that was considered a dining room. Down in the dining room, we had Botanica encyclopedias. All the young cats, you don't know what an encyclopedia is. If you do, cheers to you. But Britannica was like the top brand when it came to encyclopedias. So I would just start with A, and it was thick books too. That shit would have to be like this thick, phone book thick. Looked very expensive because it seemed like the cover was like leather with stitching. Shit was wild. And I would just go from A to B. I ain't know what nothing mean. I ain't really read no words. I was just looking at the pictures and then putting the words to the pictures. So everything from airplane all the way to zebra. I was looking at UFO footage, not footage, but pictures. Roswell, all this other crazy shit, ghosts, and um, every kind of animal, every kind of spider. And this shit happened every day. I would just go through every cyclopedia until I knew what everything was. And it's crazy. Like right now, I basically know what everything is, unless it's been changed or added to the encyclopedia since I was younger. The moon, everything. So, and it continued on until my adulthood. Even in today, I have to learn something new. And if you see up here, what that say? 20 to 30 minutes daily on mindset, money, leadership, or health. Like, you know, knowledge is just something you have to continue to consume. If just say you online and you see something, oh, the Dow hit, you know, the market high with AI company, blah, blah, blah. Whatever that AI company is, now I want to search it. I want to see what they do. Not that I want to put money in stocks. It's just I'm curious to see what brought this company so much hype and money. What did it? What the CEO look like? So I was studying CEOs back in the Enterprise when Enterprise had a magazine, and it shows all the CEOs of different Fortune 500 or just regular companies. So every day you need to read and learn. And I just challenge you to this: learn one thing once a day. And even when you out and about, you meet new people, or just regular people, just throw a couple things out. Hey, did y'all know such and such, such and such? And they were like, really? But hey, did y'all know that cereal was started by, it was started for psychiatric patients? They'd be like, no. You're like, yeah, Kellogg and them, they was, it was started for psychiatric patients to keep them, calm down. No. See, just learn. They don't have to be smart stuff, but just learn stuff that make people, ooh, ah. That way you helping somebody, they're going to regurgitate that to somebody else, and so on and so forth. Same old thing, baby. Now, this is you know what? I will say this is the hardest one. And the reason I say this is the hardest one, because the money game is changing. It's changing. And it's changing on a scary note. Because the way AI is coming in, you don't have a lot of time to get money before you're capped at whatever the government going to give you every week or every month. Yeah, you have free housing, subsidized meals, and everything, cars and buses that just rides automatically, and you just be on down born time. Like everybody say they hate their job, they hate this, they hate that, but they shaking and they moving around all day. But imagine if them days that you just stay home for a week. It's not. I don't know if you would have had those days where those weeks you just stay home and you home in a house all day. Yeah, that's rough. Imagine that's the rest of your life. You might think, oh, that'd be cool, but no. At a certain point, all these AI companies is going to be integrated to all of these, companies that deal with, warehousing and textile and just making stuff. And they're going to have those warehouses running 24 hours a day. No lights, no AC, no heat, just running because of AI, robotics, whatever. And eventually, it's going to come to a point where all these companies just making handle this money. And they got to give the subsidies to the government, and the government take those subsidies or whatever the extra money is and spreads it out to the people. And because, I was telling my daughter, because she's very smart. I'm going to have up here one time to be a co-host. There's a point where we are now, jobs are slowly being taken by AI. So there's a flat point. So if you get fired right now or you get laid off or whatever, it's a chance that you could get another job. But as it ramps up and we start to take a dive and the more and more people get fired, the job market would come to a halt. There would be no more jobs because there's so many people in the job force that's looking for a job. And then eventually there will be no stifle. There will be no money from the government. That won't hit to the bottom, where it's actually affecting a certain percentage of the population, and they start giving out subsidies to, individuals. So if you're in that phase where you're losing a job now, or when a lot of people lose their job all the way to it hit the bottom, I don't know where you get money from. I don't know how you're going to eat. I don't know how your family going to eat. So the thing is to get ahead of AI, learn AI, but also get your money up. Try to learn AI and see how you can get paid from this shit. Get your money up and align your purpose. That's it. Right here it says what? Budget, invest, build income streams, and set clear goals. Your goal can be, I want to start an app by next week. Go ask ChatGPT, give me top 10 ways that I can start an app. And then you break that down. But you have to get started now. You can't wait, because if you get to a point when you get comfortable and you get laid off right where millions upon millions of people is getting laid off, because they're going to be a point of no return. Okay, if you in that cusp or that little thing where you lose your job, it's a wrap. I don't know where you get money from. You don't rob people. So get your money now. Align your purpose now. Budget, invest. Okay, all that fancy spending shit is over with. Budget your money that come in. Invest it. Build income streams. It can be little shit. Figure out this internet. Get your money up here. Yeah, you see people dibbling, dabbling, laughing, and goofy shit on Instagram and TikTok or YouTube, but they getting money. They get money that actually go in a bank. Then they can reinvest it. So get that shit done. That's I would say this will probably be another one of the more important steps. Get your money, man. All right. That's about the best that I can say. So um number 6 will be protect your peace boundaries. Now, because this will go to the mental. This will go to the mental part, because you have to protect your mental. You gotta you and also it also comes with relationship, and for anybody you're dealing with, whether it's in a relationship or whatever, uh, personal situation, is you have to protect your peace and boundaries. Stop tolerating disrespect, chaos, or energy draining people, yo. Like people that just drain your energy. You know who they are. They energy vampires. You know, peace is power. And a lot of people always talk about that, but I really believe peace is power, yo. So this is a good number right here, because without your mental, if people can always get to you and get you mad and get you bent out of your place, it's not a good look. It's not, because you will always be, you know. And even in a situation where if you have a wife or a girlfriend or something, and you just feel something off, you got your boundaries set, and she know once she tripped those boundaries, there's an explosion. So you got to have that set. Um, and the chaos, whatever she's putting you through, and the disrespect, it's going to mess up the bottom line. It's going to have your mind wandering. You ain't going to be able to get no work done, right? So what you want to do, you want to protect your peace and boundaries. Set boundaries, all right? Simple as that. No more disrespect, no more chaos, no more energy draining people. That's pretty much it. Just like that, baby. Okay, number 7. Improve your communication and emotional control. Now, this is all right. So I know in certain situations when somebody is talking to me and I don't like what they're saying, I sort of like waiting. It's like jump rope. I'm just waiting for them to just stop. I ain't even listening. I'm just waiting for them to break so I can say what I have to say. So I'm not listening. That's not good. Not only that, usually when I say something, I don't think. And I just blurt some shit out, hurt people's feelings, and that's not cool. So it's important for you to, improve your communication and emotional control. Like I said, when I just blurt out shit that hurt people, and then I'm thinking, damn, should I say that? That's emotional control. So I figured out that the best way to do it here is just say somebody have an issue with me. And they say, excuse me, it could be a spouse, it could be a friend, it could be whoever. And they address their issue. And I'll just listen clearly, listen to every word that they say. And then once they finish and they say, do you have anything to say? I will calmly take a breath, grab everything in, and then answer the question. So you want to speak calmly, listen fully, don't react emotionally. Like I said, a lot of people do. Emotional discipline separates men from boys. And sometimes I will say, yes, I'll be acting like a boy, definitely if that shit gets under my skin. But it's a learning process. So now I think I did it a few times where I'm able to stop, listen, and think, then say what I have to say. And that shit is hard. That shit is dope. So it helps out a lot. It just makes you, I don't know, and it helps. Definitely if you're a married person or in a committed relationship, it just helps out to the point that y'all not arguing, taking something way deeper than it is. So it's a beautiful thing. So improve your communication skills. And I salute to my wife because I know she went through a lot of shit because my communication was off the hook. And if she say something crazy, I'm ready to swipe her knees off with some, whatever's coming out my mouth. So I really have to focus and get that shit straight. So, because without that communication, you ain't nobody gonna want to talk to you. Nobody want to deal with you. If they got ways to make money, or if they just got things that can help you out, they're not even gonna tell you about it because they just lost respect. Because every time you say something, you are, belittling them. You are disrespecting them. So, improving your communication skills, man. And the last but not least, lead yourself first, man. Stop trying to take a whole bunch of people with your blind ass. Y'all just go into the forest and just, disappear because the blind is following the blind. Lead yourself first. Be reliable. If you ain't reliable, be trying to get people to follow you. You have to build yourself up first. You can't keep promising to people stuff and you can't even keep promises to yourself. Yo, I swear we're gonna get together, everything. You can't even you didn't forgot about the date that y'all supposed to get together. Show up on time. You can't lead yourself, my G. You can't lead nobody if you can't lead yourself. All right. So that's basically it. And if you throw all of these together, it's a beautiful thing in life. Because at the end of the day, people gotta understand something that um it's gonna every year it's gonna get harder. Definitely with the situation with the government situation, just with people gets desensitized to all of this crime and stuff online, people getting their heads shot off. We are getting desensitized. You can probably get your ass whooped by 8 people and nobody gonna help you. So you have to build up your fighting skills. Got to carry pepper spray. You just gotta just be a good person, man. Keep your head on a swivel too. Everybody ain't your friend. Stop smiling in everybody's face. Stop telling everybody your business. And go into this year prepared. Go into this year ready to take this shit over, smack the shit out of somebody if you had to, and just you know ready to throw hands. But if you don't have to throw hands, your aura should state that you're not the one to be messed with. You're not the one to be taken advantage of. All right. So that's basically it. All I can say, man, is listen, guys, the year is coming. No more resolutions. Stick with these plans that I just gave you, these 8 plans. Like I said, it would be in a free 30-day challenge somewhere in the description. Um, just do it that way. Okay. Just the best I can say is prepare for the worst, but think for the best. And that way you would never be disappointed how everything goes and the shit that you run into. All right. That's basically it. I hope y'all get this together. We only got a couple more weeks before 2026 ring in. We want to start it right. We want to get this money right. We want to get this mind right. We just want to get our life right. All right. Y'all be peace out.